get a higher view. Higher view sounds cool. 1-0. See if that works. Let's see. Never hurts to try. Oh, I always forget to do that. Gotta turn on the microphone, baby. Make sure the Bluetooth. What's up? What's up? We don't need light, we got sunshine. Oh, we hit 1.04. Oh no, come on, laptop. It froze. Oh, this laptop is older than the dinosaurs. So sometimes it just freezes. Even though they were hit by an asteroid. And I highly doubt that froze shit. Alright, let's see if we can get this laptop refired. The sun comes down in the morning like this. So that's why you guys are so high up right now, is to keep the camera out of the sun's reach. And the laptop's just got a little bit on it, but we have got to I need to get some wood files. Alright, come on, laptop. I want to be able to say hi to you guys. I guess we can go ahead and ain't nothing stopping us from getting to it. Okay, so this one still has a little shaping, but it might be shaping with the files to be done on that. Alright. Let's see if we can. Trying to get to the live stream to catch you guys. But this laptop wants to fight me. I think it might just unlife me. Oh. Come on, computer. Just fire up. I'm not asking that much of you. Not very demanding. All right, hold on. It might be firing up. Let's see. It's giving me the loading circle of death. And there we go. Cool. We are in, people. Sorry, I couldn't see chat there for a minute. We were experiencing some technical difficulties. But we are here now, so if anyone joins, I will be able to see you guys. Alright, this knife was chosen by Matt Cleveland. And at first we were unsure about the color choices, but the more that I sand this guy away and the lines start to flow with each other, the more that this thing looks awesome. So he chose to go with a Peroda wood, which is a very expensive wood, but it's beautiful. And Purple Heart, and one called Tata Juba, which is more yellowy. So those are the three woods that Mr. Matt Cleveland chose for this knife build. And yeah, we weren't sure at first. Even Matt was saying he's not sure how it was going to turn out and how it was going to look, but now that I'm starting to blend everything and get these colors out, I think I need to switch some sandpaper here in a second. It's really looking freaking cool. And it goes together pretty well. Pretty sweet, pretty sweet. Yeah, let's give you guys a close-up view for now. It might be better, but I was trying to keep you guys in the, or keep the camera in the shade. But let's see if we can't get you guys just a little closer to the actual project. I guess my face isn't that important. There we go. That looks pretty cool. That way you guys are up. Hey, Wes, dude! Wes. Guess what? I'm giving him a Wes. I'm giving him a how do I say that? A West view. West side view of the knives. Usually I put my pretty little face in the camera and have the whole body and everything like that, but today we're doing it West style and we're putting just the project on display and we're gonna be grinding away. I was just thinking of you. That's so funny, man. That is too funny. So right now I am working on this one. Belongs to Mr. Matt Cleveland, and oh, let me get the camera just a little cleaned off just to make sure it's good for you guys. Dude, how's it going? It is a fully un-American hour right now, but it is a fully French hour right now. So it's like 9, or it's like 10 o'clock, 10:15 in the morning or something. But yeah, this one was chosen by a Matt Cleveland. And at first we were unsure about the color choices that he made. Even Matt was like, I don't know how that's going to look, but I think it's going to look sweet. We got this Peroda wood right here on top, and then he wanted a stripe of Purple Heart going through it. And I really like how they blend together here on the sides. And then this one is called Tatajuba, and kind of reminds me of Star Wars. So once I get rid of like the burn marks and things like that, pencil marks, whatever, um, it's more of a yellowy kind of color. But it's actually turning out pretty cool for this one. And then these are the other two that we worked on yesterday. This one was chosen by Mr. Not Your Average Woodworks. So he chose all of the woods. He chose tiger wood and tatajuba for his, and he wanted like thin vertical striping on it. So that's what he chose. Super cool. This is like a really small handle though. I mean, you can see how just like tiny it is in the hand. But it is a skinning knife, and it's got this like little ridge right here. So my thought is that you're gonna kind of hold this knife in this kind of fashion, so that when you're doing like delicate work, and then it feels good in your hand. But like holding it like a regular knife, my hands are just too big for this knife. It's like built for like a 5-year-old, I guess. But for the skinning purposes, it feels really good holding it like that. And then this was another viewer. This one was Mineheart, and he chose to go with Padauk, Tigerwood, and the Tatajuba as well. So a lot of people have been choosing the Tatajuba in the mix, which I wasn't expecting, man. Was not expecting that at all. But it seems to be one of their faves right now. And yeah, my favorite is going to be, I think, this one, which is going to be the Damascus blade that we got going on. And I think that's just going to be super cool. And I'm just putting a solid Perota handle on it. I just want this to be like a classic kind of look on this knife. So this one is just my choice, but I think this is going to be a sick. Whistles. Woo! Yeah, this one's going to be sweet. And then I think there was 2 more that I had subscribers make that are already completed. So this one was Jack in the shop, and he chose Beechwood with Wenge, and he wanted vertical stripes, and then he wanted the mismatched pins going through. So that's a beech pin and a Wenge pin on that one. But it looks super cool. But I need to get a wood file. I don't have, believe it or not, in this entire shop, I don't have a wood file because I want to kind of file this area down to get it close to the metal and get that area cleaned up, because you can still see that there's some epoxy in there and stuff like that. So, but this knife is pretty cool, and it's got like that like classic pirate shape to it. I don't know who would want a knife this big, or for what, I guess. You know, I know why people would want something like this, but yeah. And then this one was chosen by another viewer, a Michael Zimmerman. And this one is actually the exact same knife blade. It's also considered a skinning knife. It's the exact same knife blade as this one, but you can see the size difference. So it came in a 3-pack. It was small, medium, and then there is a gigantic one that they sent as well. But this one, I really like this one. It's kind of cool how this last pin isn't perfect. That's just where the holes on the tang were at, so I just drilled them where they were. Looking back, I was like, oh man, I should have put it, you know, smack dab in the middle for all 3. But I kind of like it now because it's like, you know, it's not perfect. And I think that's super cool because it's kind of like an OCD person's worst nightmare to have boom, boom, and then, but now it's grown on me. And this one feels just fabulous in the hand. So I really like this one. It's super, super cool. But yeah, I think I'm digging the offset on there. Kind of throws you for a loop, you know. But that one's super, super cool. But yeah, we're just grinding away today, grinding away. My wife just got home. My wifey wife. Wes, did you see the mallet that I made? This was the Purple Heart and Teak mallet. This thing is super cool, super cool, super, super, super cool. I really like this. So there's no way in hell I'm selling this thing. It is staying with me in case the zombie apocalypse never decides to come around. I love it, love it, love it. Man, I can't believe the famous Wes is in the stream today. That is freaking cool. Was not expecting that, especially since you're on that very normal American time, and I am on that very abnormal French time. Yeah, it's super weird for me for the where's my screwdriver? For the streaming purposes. Oh, it's right there where I left it. Because I like to kind of, or I don't like to, but it's here in France, it's considered rude, I guess, to be making noise after like 5 o'clock. Like 5 o'clock is done time, and I would like to stream kind of in the evenings when you guys are all on, so I can chat with people and those kinds of things. So for me, it's kind of bizarre. I don't know how it's gonna work out. I mean, it's working all right, but it's just weird because I don't know who my audience is gonna be when I'm streaming at these times. And for you, I don't know what time it is for you, but I could imagine it's quite late or quite early, depending on how you like to look at it. Because here it's morning time, so for you it should be very late, and I'm wondering what the hell you're doing up and on my stream. That is cool, man. Definitely glad you're here, though. Glad you are here. That's crazy. 4:20. Ooh, you know what time it is. That's crazy. Why are you up? You got insomnia? $4:20. I would be out cold. All right, we're gonna try this. Oop, 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 oop. Don't go down, camera. Stay there. Maybe I lock the bench in place, and that would prevent that from happening. There we go. All right, let's try this West style, giving it to you live in action. Often wake up at 4, have a snack, think of ideas in the quiet. Ooh, nice. Yeah, that's super nice actually. And you get to see the sunrise if you can from your area, which is super cool. Wake up with the birds, hear them chirping. Farmer DNA. I enjoy waking up early for if I'm ever going hunting or fishing, you know. That's when I enjoy getting up early, for sure. Yeah, definitely. And it's just one of the best fishing times. I love it, love it, love it. That and obviously evening times for fishing. Sunsets and sunrise. You go out fishing lately, man? Catch any? I haven't been out fishing in quite some time now. I think I should do that while it's cooled down a little bit. We had a crazy heat wave last week. and it's finally cooling down, so it would be a good time to get out there. Hey, what's going on, John? Welcome back. Yesterday we made some good progress on your knife. So this is where we're at right now with yours, man. We've got it kind of shaped around. I just need to get a wood file. I think I'm going to order that today. I saw them better. Like when I was at the store, they didn't have really great ones. So I'm going to get some online, like a little 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pack, whatever the hell I can find. And yeah, we're going to get that so I can file these down nice and flat on your guy. And then I'm just going to start the sanding process today already on this guy. I'm just working through this last one on the Dremel, and then I'll come through, make sure all of these are good, the 3 that we're working on right now, and then we're going to start to sand them, working our way through grits, and then we can finally pop some oil on these guys today. So I am excited for that to happen. Tons of work to catch up on. Yeah, for me, this is right now, this is all I do. In the US, I had a home remodeling company, and so I did all kinds of work, bathrooms, kitchens, decks, basements, anything inside and outside of houses. And sold that and moved here last year. And so I've just been trying to do the woodworking YouTube thing, and I'm gonna start to do the local markets here soon, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. That's what you do? Oh, dope, man. I love it. I love that work. It's so satisfying working with your hands and doing projects for people. Getting to see their reactions at the end is always super, super cool. So I love that kind of work, and I might do something like that here as well, because at some point I need to get another job until YouTube takes off. But yeah, we're gonna get another job, and I hope it's definitely gonna be something in that remodeling field for sure, because that's what I am good at, and it's what I enjoy as well. I love doing home remodels, tile work, basements, decks for sure, fences, all those kinds of things. Thanks, man. Yeah, right now I'm trying to figure out too what I should do for my next video, because I have problems with just I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like what's going to be a good idea, what I would like to build, obviously as well, because that's important for me, and what to do like a video on that I think people would enjoy to watch and stuff like that. So I'm trying to figure out what could be up in play. But I'm really enjoying doing these knife live streams right now. So I'm just going to keep doing these for like this week, I think, while I think for some ideas. And then we can move forward with making some more videos. Wes, I was hoping you were going to go live last night, man. I had the house to myself. I was going to put you up on the flat screen. So at my time, it was around 7:30, 7:40 or so. And I kept checking. I was like, Wes is going to come on. I just know it. But I didn't catch you. I was excited to put you up on the flat screen for once, man. Usually it's always, I just watch you on my phone while I'm making dinner and all that kind of stuff. And today I was like, please get on. The house is empty. I can put you on the flat screen. I can comment from the phone. I was like, this is going to be sweet. One day. One day. That looks nice and even all the way through. Okay, so now we're just going to do these little thumb kind of grips. Actually, you know what? We're going to try something different here. Give it like a profile. Why not? Make it teeter in. And then we'll go in. This Perota is a pretty tough wood. So sanding through it takes a little bit of patience. Hey, Joseph. Hey, I checked out your channel today, man. And your bird houses, like the windmills, those are crazy, dude. You had a short of one. I think it was a blue one. And it was spinning ridiculously fast. I was like, oh my God. That looks pretty cool. I'm just gonna flatten it out here though. We'll see how it feels here in a second though. Yes, sir. Well, I am in France, so for me it's 10:30, something like that. So it's not that early for me, but for you guys in the States, it's early. It's like Wes said over by his place, it's 4 o'clock something. I like that. Feels pretty good. I might bring this top corner in a little bit so that the finger kind of sits smoother on that side. And then obviously we're going to get rid of all of these kind of rough edges and stuff like that. So we'll round them over. But this already feels killer in the hands. So it's one of those things. You just got to keep feeling it up and keep moving forward. Lots of work to be done, people. Lots of work. We got 3 different knives we're working on today, and we're gonna get them completed. That's gonna be today's goal. All right, let's do this side now. Well, actually, let's bring this bump down a little bit, like I said. And then we'll round this thing over. So the finger trying something different. I think I like that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I took the edge off, angled it down all the way around this kind of front portion, and that feels like super nice. No matter what, no matter how you're holding this now, that feels good. So I'm going to do that same thing to this side, and then we can start to soften it up a little bit. Yeah, Wes does this. This is actually where I got my inspiration from to do some knives. Was Wes does it. He does some sick stuff, and he makes the knives too. Like the blades, he makes them out of old saw blades sometimes and stuff. Like it's really, really cool. Heat treated, everything. If you don't watch Wes Does It making knives, then you ain't living right. It's awesome. Oh, thanks, man. Actually, Wes, I have, as you can see, my beautiful writings and stuff like that. Let me take a break from this anyways for a second. That's getting there and starting to look really cool, and it feels awesome. So I think I can start moving on to filing and hand sanding all these rough edges out to kind of round everything over with a 80, 120, so on, so on, so on. Wes, what grit do you usually stop at when you're doing your knife handles too? While you answer that, let me... So I actually gave away one of my cheese knives already to my wife's cousin. I gave him the nicest one that I had too. Do I regret it? Yes and no. Of course not. But I was like, oh man, that was my nicest one. 220 to 320. All right. Yeah, I usually do. I think it's somewhere around there too before. The hard part that I noticed though, so like what about like if you've got the tang coming through, is it the same thing? Do you just hit over this with the 220 or 320? Or is that leave it kind of too scratched up for you? Because I ended up on my first knife taking it into the thousands on here, but then it varnished or burnished or whatever it's called for the wood as well, you know. And I didn't like that too much, but the metal was like a mirror, you know. So I don't know what you do if you ever have full tangs like this, if you end up hitting it with a higher grit or just keep it at that 233 or 320 kind of mark. Anywho, let's have you create a cheese knife, because I have 1, 2, 3 more knives, 1 real knife and 2 cheese knives that we're going to be making. So as you can see, what I like to do at least is the blade will be 1 full material. I think it's just better. I mean, we could always try having 2 materials in there, but I just wasn't sure about having like a glue up inside of the blade if it's going to mess with the integrity of the blade, since the blade is a little bit thinner of a piece of material. So, Wes, let's go ahead and get some info from you. And for this, I am going to back up the camera because we are going to get out some woods. Wes does it. Boom. Cheese knife. Let's see what this guy comes up with. Okay, let me back this camera up. All right, that'll do. That way we can give you a full selection on things. Okay, should also probably, what am I doing? Run the charger over onto the phone at this point. That phone should be good. And this one could use it. There we go. There we go. All right. Get a little comfy. Tape the handle and polish the metal. Yeah, that was the other thing I was thinking. But yeah, what is the big question? All right, so the choices are unlimited. They're kind of limited, but they are unlimited. If you think about how many different ways, that's the beauty behind woodworking. It's unlimited in the design options. So let's get you all of the choices. Now I will say, so far, that knife that I gave away had the full Wenge blade, and the Wenge turns like super black after being oiled up, and that was by far my favorite one. And the Wenge is a very, very strong wood, so I think it does make a nice blade, because for the blade I think you should have kind of a decent hardwood, but up to you, my guy, up to you. We will see what you want to choose. And these are just all of the woods that I have available to me. I have much more of the woods. Um, but these are all of them that are here in the shop right now. So that way you can, is that enough space? That way you can kind of see what's going on, what woods we have to work with, and we can go from there. So, so for instance, like this is the Purple Heart. I have more of it to make more. So, have you converted your tape measures yet? Yes, sir. And honestly, I much prefer the metric now. I think it's so much like more accurate, easier. You know, instead of saying 1 1/8 or something like that, I'm saying 13 millimeters. You know, it makes so much more sense in the woodworking world if you ask me. I mean, I understand the Freedom units are where it's at in the U.S. and like when we're building decks, you know, it's everything's 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, 3/4, whatever, all of that kind of stuff. But when I'm doing the woodworking, it's so much easier for me to say, okay, this blade is instead of being 7/8 or whatever, or you know 3/8 or something like that. I'm just saying it's 7 millimeters wide. It makes so much more sense to me in woodworking for sure. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and like for instance with my speed square, I mean it's not the speed square, but I'd call it my speed square as well. But this one, I think it's just so easy, you know, to slide this guy over to, you know, 10 centimeters and boom, like I'm not doing weird maths all the time. It's just everything is just addition or minus at this point, you know. I don't have to work with fractions, which is very nice to not have to do that. All right, Wes. So I covered up your name, but that's all right. Ooh, dude, I got to stop placing things down and then not finding them. Usually I put everything up in my little spot, but right now it's not in this spot. Where'd you go, little pencil? Where'd you go? In my pocket? No. All right, Wes, we're gonna make a cheese knife. I guess this pencil will do for now until I find the other one. Uh, dude, I just had it. Pencil, pencil, where are you? Yeah, 5/4. Yeah. I just once I switched to this, I was like, wow. And I switched to it by not by accident, I guess, but like not on purpose. I just when I got here, I bought a tape measure just from the store, you know, and I didn't really look at it or anything. I just like saw the one that looked good to me, and it was in its little case, you know. And I was like, okay, cool. Brought it home, and it was in metric, and I was like, oh yeah, forgot that's a thing. And so, there's my pencil. And same thing with that speed square. The I just bought it on Amazon, and when it arrived, it was in metric. So now we're working metrics, and it's awesome. Wes does it. You're going down twice on this table. Cheese knife build. All right, so you are in complete control, my friend. This is your design. This is your choices on everything. And let's build a cheese knife. So over here, we've got this more yellowy kind of wood. Apparently, this one is called Tatajuba. People are calling it the Star Wars wood on my stream because the name reminds them of a Star Wars movie, which it does. Tatajuba. So we got Tatajuba over here. It's more of a yellowy color. Then over here we have a beech wood, and this is a European beech, so it's a hardwood over here, quite hard, and very white color, beautiful kind of like mixture of grain going through it. So it's beautiful, and it reflects right now in the sun. You know how certain woods will kind of give you that sheen. This is one of them when we oil it up. Then after that, we've got the Peroda. This one is also a very hard wood, super super dense, beautiful grain lines going through this guy, and just a beautiful beautiful hardwood. A very expensive wood here in Europe, I think anywhere, but it is gorgeous. And the guy at the wood store gifted me two huge pieces of it. Um, so when I was at the store yesterday, he gave me as a gift this one, which is just awesome, man. And it's the edge of the tree, because I can see that it's still got some of the edge wood where it turns white, and then more of the core. And but this is a huge piece. I mean, it is heavy, and it's super 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 nice. But he gifted me this and a whole nother piece like this one, but probably two or three times as big. Oh yeah, it's right here actually. So so I have more Peroda to work with now because he gifted me this one as well. And yeah, that's awesome. So we got Peroda, um, and the Peroda is this one after we get the oil on it and stuff like that. The blade. This is the Peroda blade on this guy. Um, so that's Peroda, and then next to it we have a tiger wood. They use this for decks here, and it's also a hardwood, an exotic wood. And this one will, in the sunlight, after a couple of months, start to gray up. But inside and after oil treatment, it's gonna remain this color. So it's like a nice golden brown with dark black veins running through it. So this is a super super nice piece as well. I like the tiger wood a lot. Then we've got the Wenge. Wenge turns black, 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 and once it's oiled up, and also hardwood, really nice. This is the teak that I made that mallet out of, and super cool. Looks nice. I love it, love it, love it, love it. But not sure I'm gonna buy it again because it wasn't cheap, and I was not expecting that price tag when I was walking out the door. Then we've got Padauk, which is always that orangey, reddish kind of color. Super, super nice here. I got two more boards of that yesterday. And then we've got Purple Heart. So, Wes, now the real question is, what do you want to do for this cheese knife? So, you come up with everything. You let me know what you want for the blade. You let me know if you have a design in mind for the handles. You do everything here. I just make it. So I'm like a little sweatshop over here, and I just make knives for whatever my fellow subscribers tell me to make. Oh yeah, oh yeah, like the Kool-Aid Man. So yes, these are the kind of the options. There's probably a couple options that I'm missing, leaving out kind of thing, but I think this gives us enough contrasting colors to come up with something cool. Well, it's a good thing you are a builder, my friend. I see you trying to slither your way out of this one, but it ain't happening. It ain't happening, man. It ain't happening. Come on. You've got this. We can choose some materials, make some cool blades, because I want to make, at the end of the day, I want to have I think I want to have like 7 or 8 of these at the fair or the market that I'm going to. So I still have 3 more from the other subscribers yesterday that we're gonna build, or 2 more, sorry. So that puts me up to 5, and then this would be number 6. Yes, dude, right on the money. Thank you, Wenge Blade. In fact, this is going to be the first one that I make because I have been dying to see this contrast together, and I just know it's going to be Pretty. Wenge blade and the beach handle. Yeah, it's gonna the contrast is gonna be top notch, and this like I think it's just gonna be such a classic knife with that beach handle. Now with the handle, did you want to do just solid beach, or do you want to do something crazy through the handle, or what are your thoughts on that? Cool. I'm excited for that one, man, because I was planning on making some a few of them with this combination, because I think that the contrast is just going to be so radical, and it's going to look amazing when it's all said and done. Yeah, that's going to be nice contrast. Actually, I can show you the contrast on that one right here. So here's some of the cutting boards that I have made, and this one is the Wenge and Beechwood, and it's hard to see right now without the sun being directly on it, but the Beechwood here in the middle, just like all of these areas here completely shine in the sunlight, and yeah, it's super cool. I really like this design, and this design happened by accident, which is actually the really cool part as well. I was routing out the juice groove, and my router slipped into one of these sections here, so I had a little line coming through, and I ended up cutting that section out and putting 2 stripes in this way. Originally, it was just 2 going this way, but after that mistake happened, I cut it out and put 2 more stripes going the opposite direction, and it looks sick. So everything happens for a reason, people. And then this is the other one that I'm currently working on, and this one is teak with that beech wood in between all of the pieces. So this one's gonna look super nice when it's oiled up and finished up and everything. So it feels so nice already so far. But this one's gonna be cool. It's my first time doing that brick pattern. Yeah. And so this was my first attempt at the brick pattern. Now, I don't know if you can see that in the camera as well, but I'm going to let you guys know so that if you ever make one, you don't make the same mistake I did. So, very simple to make. I mean, you're just going to take literally long pieces. So these were 6 centimeters wide, and then these were 10 millimeters wide, or 6 centimeters, yeah, 10 millimeters, so 1 centimeter. And what I did was put these boards together, and then I cut it, and you reverse every other piece by making this one 3 centimeters instead of the 6 centimeters. But just so that you guys know, if you ever make one, don't forget to account for the thickness of your dividers, so where the mortar is, because this section right here is just ever so slightly shorter than this section. Like this beech wood right here should be just a little bit further down to really hit dead center of the following teak piece. So whenever you're doing this, just make sure that you account for the thickness of this to the center mark. That way you don't have a little bit smaller of a piece here than here. Does it matter? Probably not, because it looks cool, and I don't know how many people are going to see that, but I can see it. And I was like, what happened? And then I was like, oh, I didn't account for the difference here, so I should have done 5 more millimeters down for this section, since this is 10 and this is 6, you know. I should have done an extra 5 millimeters down, and then it would have centered these out. So just so you guys know, don't forget to account for that when you're making one. Exactly. Always account for the grout lines. 1/8 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4, 16 30 seconds. Divide that by 2, multiply by 1/3, and then you have it. It's simple. I'm excited for that. Let's see if he said anything. One gauge blade, that'll look sharp. Solid, maybe a contacting pair of dowel pins. Ooh, I haven't done the dowel pins on the contrasting on the cheese knife. I think that could be a cool addition to add some of that in there. I like it. I like it. I like it. Oh, cool. You could see the shimmer. Sweet. And happy accidents. Yeah, I like the brick pattern one. I think it's super super cool, and it was honestly very simple cutting board to build. It just took one extra glue up, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. So I would recommend trying one if anyone's interested in doing the cutting boards. That is a cool one. Makes you look like you know what you're doing, and it was fun. And I think it's going to be sweet once it's oiled. All right, let's see sandpaper. Let's get out some nitty gritties, nitty gritties, nitty gritties. There you are. 80 grit, 80 grit, 80 grit, 80 grit in the house, 80 grit in the house. Love my copyright-free music. All right, we'll start there because all of these need some 80 grit. All right. Do you guys prefer camera where it's at, or do you want camera back down on the action? Do we want it Wes Does It style? Forgot how hard this Perota wood is, man. It is a freaking monster to sand through. Ooh, I got some 120 here, so I can put the new one away. Fresh. I usually don't care about sandpaper, like using it, you know. I have a bunch of cheap sandpaper that I used, and now I bought this 3M Cubitron, and it's a game changer for when you're sanding flat surfaces. I don't know how much I'd recommend it for what we're doing right here, right now. But on the orbital sander, it really does a phenomenal job. I will say that. So I will be buying it again for sure, but it's expensive. So I am trying to be good about how much I use and things like that, but it's hard. Oh, it's already coming to life, and we just started sanding. Wow, crazy. You start to just, the second you get rid of any sand lines and things like that, this thing just starts to pop. This Perota. Yeah, I used when I was in the States, I used the Diablo. I haven't seen the Diablo here, so I only had like some weird brands that I've never heard of kind of thing. They didn't have any of the Diablo, When I had my company, that's all I bought was Diablo sandpapers, and I like their sandpaper. For sandpaper, I thought it was just fine. But yeah, they have some weird brands here, and um, everything's different. Absolutely everything's different. Absolutely everything. The weirdest part that I still can't overcome though is the fact that like all the shops close for lunchtime, even even lunch places, and you're just like, what is going on, man? I'm trying to get some lunch, but the lunch places are closed for lunch, and it's like the strangest thing ever. And Sundays and Mondays, a lot of places are closed. So that's also a little bit bizarre. I get Sundays. I understand Sundays, but Mondays? Mondays, really, people? Really? It's like they're just closed all the time. The French people just want to drink some wine, and that's a terrible French impersonation, but drink some wine and eat some cheese, some fromage. Eh, yes, we just want to hang out, enjoy our life. C'est la vie. Right? But I don't think I'll ever have that feeling of like, oh, it's Monday, we should be closed. Like, no, Mondays are go 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 for me. Like that's always how it's been, and that's like the mindset. It's like, all right, we're back at it this week, and yeah. So I don't know if I'll ever get fully adjusted to that whole idea of closed on Mondays thing and those kinds of things. Um, yeah, there's a lot of different things here. Ooh, feeling feeling mighty fine for just 80. I'm gonna bring that other side down as well, but I am feeling minty, minty, minty. Dude, it's just bizarre, man. It's like I went to the garden center, and it was like 1:30 or something. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the garden center, get some chicken food and plants, garden center stuff. And I showed up around like 1:30 ish, and got there, and they were closed. I'm like, what is a garden center? Why are they closed right now? And then I walked up to the door, like I was at the door, reading the sign, and it says that they are closed from 12:30 to 2:30 for lunch every day. What? Like, dude, I got things I want to do. Like, it's crazy. I just would not. Could you imagine that in the U.S.? I don't think people would like fly with that. They complain so much to corporate and stuff. They'd be like, we need to get in. We got things to do. For 2 hours, too? Like, come on. 2 hours. So, yeah, I had to go home and wait until they were open again. And I was just like, okay. And then I drove back. Purple Heart can be so tricky sometimes to get it to like really be purple. Yeah. I like Florida though for vacations for sure. It's a cool place, but definitely a lot of retirees and no rush on things. That was the same when I lived in Hawaii, man. It was just like everything's on island time, and you're like, that's kind of bizarre, especially for a place that's so expensive. You think everyone would be like, we need to get, we need to get shit done so we can afford to live here, and nope, they were all the locals at least were on island time and time to surf, which was cool. I love that. In fact, I want to build a surfboard. I don't want to buy one. I want to build one. Um, so I think that's going to happen one of these days, but not right now. First we need to make some sales in the market and do that kind of stuff first. Then we can get on over to trying to make a surfboard. Surfboard and a canoe. Those two are on the list one of these days. Definitely a canoe though, because at the beach house where we're at, it's called Tassat, and there's high tide and low tide, but on low tide, like the whole bay area is just solid mud. It's like an oyster bay in that area, and so during low tide, there's zero fishing. I mean, it's just mud. So I'd like to get a canoe built. That way I can kind of store it down at the beach house and go out in the morning time super early when the high tide is, coming in and get out into the further part for some fishing. I did that last time with an inflatable kayak and I caught a bunch of these. I don't even know what they were called. I was going after striped bass, and so I was expecting to catch some like big striped bass out there, and I didn't catch any of those. I just kept catching over and over again these like I don't know what they were called, just silvery kind of fish about foot, pretty much like a 1 pound bass. Um, and I just kept catching those over and over again. And I caught probably like 20 of them, and I just kept throwing them back. I was like, nope, I'm after. I wanted to bring home a white bass to eat it, and or striped bass, and couldn't catch one, and I caught like 20 of those or whatever. So later that day, I was at the fish market where I bought the stuff for the fishing, and the guy that told me like, okay, for striped bass, you're gonna want to use like these kinds of things, and you're gonna have to get out to this kind of area in the bay, so you're gonna have a lot of paddling to do or whatever. So that's fine. I got all day, and I went back there to get some more stuff, and he asked me how it went, and I was like, oh, I didn't catch any striped bass, but I caught like probably 20 at least of these smaller fish, and I showed him a picture of the fish, and he was like, oh, those are really good eating, and I was like, you got to be kidding me, right? He's like, no, no, that's like a really good eating fish. Like we love to eat those around here. I was like, well, I threw all of them back. So, yeah, we now I know. Now I know. Next time I catch those there, bring them in, and we'll have ourselves a nice meal. Yeah, yeah. That's every Home Depot. Oh, not every Home Depot cashier. I had my favorites though. Sometimes when because we were in Home Depot ev- pretty much every single day. I was always in that store. That was my go-to for the remodeling and things like that. And so I knew the cashiers quite well, and I definitely had my favorites and my least favorites. That's for sure. Man, this grain on this Kuroda is just some of the most beautiful grain I've seen on a knife. It's been a while since my lake truffles. Yeah, and I didn't even know they were truffles. I thought they were freaking poison. Yeah, I was like, damn, because I caught so many of them. Like, I came back in at one point during the day to get some food, and when I came in, her cousin was there, and I asked him if he wanted to come out with me for the evening time fishing, and he was like, yeah, that sounds cool. So he came out with me, and he's never gone fishing before, and he caught a few of them as well, and he loved it, loved it, loved it. But I was like, yeah, we're just throwing them back. I was like, it's not what we're looking for to eat. I was like, damn. Throwing away the lake truffles. I like that saying. Wes, you going live today? Later in the evening for you or morning? What are your plans for? I know you said you got a lot of work to be done. Yeah, this is the knife for Mr. Matt Cleveland, and I haven't seen him in a while. Maybe he'll stop by later today, and I can show him the progress on his knife, because we were very unsure about the color selections. Both of us were questioning. It's one of those things, though, you got to trust the process. I think it's going to be sweet. A lot of sanding, though. Got to try and get that Purple Heart back to purple. And all these rough edges. Definitely the longest part is just this 80 grit sanding, you know. After that, it's pretty smooth sailing, running through the other grits. So just getting the initial Dremel marks out. Take my time, no rush. I need to get a job, though. Yeah. It's hard for me to get a job here a little bit right now because of the language barrier. I'm like, just let me try. Come on, people. I'm learning. I know it's not the best right now, but trust me, my work will speak for itself. I'm trying to get jobs with other like home remodeling contractors and stuff like that, and I think they're just afraid that the language barrier is going to be too much to deal with, you know. I'm like, just please, just give me a chance, man. Give me a chance, because I know what I'm doing, and you won't need to, you can just send me to a job. I'll make you so much money. I'm a little gold mine in the home remodeling field. Like, just let me come show that. Hey, Pilato. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome to today's main event, knife making. Let me get some, we'll do a little water pop just to see the grain. It's killing me. I want to see the see this grain and what it looks like. So we're gonna just hit it with a little bit of water. Thanks to my daughter for her beautiful spray bottle. And let's watch this grain. Wow. Yeah, that's gonna be sweet. Yeah, we weren't sure at first with the Purple Heart and the Tatajuba kind of mix, but the Perota just brings it to life, and it's just a touch of yellow down at the bottom, and then we'll get that Purple Heart nice and sanded up to where it turns purple. But I think that's super cool. Ay, ay, ay. That's cool from that angle. Yeah. And he chose to keep the brass on, right? That's so cool. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, that's that Perota up top though, and it is just... Ah, yeah, yeah. It does kind of look like that. I see what you're saying, like when you got a really contrasting cedar wood and it's like the red and white going through. Yeah, that's cool though. I like it. Ooh, Thailand. I'll come build a little house with you on that little islands over there, and we can do a little business. I'm sure we can build some houses for them. Yeah, my wife and I want to go to Thailand pretty soon for a little vacay. That'd be awesome. One day. All right, let's get rid of these sharp lines up front, and then we're gonna move on to another grit. Or I'll pop out one of the other knives, actually, since we have this 80 grit running right now. We'll pop out another knife and get that guy sanded. That way we can water pop one of those too and see what that looks like. Yeah, but I am digging this one so far on the color choice. Like I said, there was a subscriber of mine. His name is Matt Cleveland, and he chose this one. And when he chose it, he was like, "Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was working with him for a little while, getting the layout of where he wanted the handles and all that kind of stuff, you know. So we ended up settling. He wanted to get a majority of the Perota wood in there with just a hint of the Purple Heart and this Tatajuba on the butt of the knife area. And he was like, I don't know, because it was just a block at first. In fact, this was his block that we put together. So he just wanted a thin stripe, and then we just played with the knife blade to get the shaping or sizing that he wanted for it. So he was like, I don't know how this is gonna turn out, man. I was like, I don't either. But it's looking pretty cool. Yeah, you got the right idea. So when I was back in Ohio, I had my couple of trailers for the business, and on my enclosed trailer for all of my tools and stuff that I pimped out, I put solar on top. And so ever since then, I've wanted to do kind of like a cabin, off-grid cabin with solar, because it's so doable, and you could do it pretty cheap if you're doing everything yourself. And it was quite easy, honestly, not gonna lie, to get it all figured out and stuff like that. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, articles. Thank you, every bit that helped me get that solar going, because it was sweet. I was able to run all of my, like, I ran my table saw inside of the in the back. When you folded down the back door, my table saw was on the right, and you could run material over the countertops in the enclosed trailer. So you could run easily a 8-9 foot board through your table saw by just pulling down your back door. No power needed. Everything was from the solar. Charge all my batteries, of course. On the opposite side, I had a miter saw station, and on that side, you could have like a 14-foot board that you could cut on there. It was cool, and everything was just powered by solar. Every time someone saw the trailer, they were like at Home Depot when we were loading materials into it and stuff, and open the back door, someone would walk by and be like, "Holy crap, man, that's a sick trailer." It's like, "Thanks, man." It was awesome. And we took a week. Me and my guys, I had my employees help me build it out. I had the game plan and everything already figured out and drawn up and stuff, but we took a week that we just kind of met up at the house, and we would build the trailer out. So I thought that was kind of cool. It was fun for us to kind of hang out and have a job that wasn't so serious. It was just building out our trailer. Hey, good night, Pilado. Thanks for stopping in, man. Go get some sleep. I'm digging this round over right here on this knife. I like this look. I think I'm going to do that more often. My God. Matt. This thing feels awesome. And it looks so sick. This is one of my favorite copyright-free music songs. Let's get to you guys before I pull the camera down. Been there, done that. Don't need to do it again. Hey, Jeffrey! How's it going, man? Ramon Rare Benners. All right, so we got that down to 80 grit. It feels awesome. I mean, it's just all over, all around it. Just feels great. Super comfortable. Fits perfectly in your finger right here up front. This is nice. Nice. So, now that we got 80 G's, I wish I had 80 G's. 80 grit out of the way. How's it going, Jeffrey? And yeah, now that we got 80 grit out of the way, we can put it to the side, or we'll just keep it out here. Doesn't matter. We're going to do the same thing with not your average woodworking's knife. And this one is tiny, man. It's so cute. It's a tiny knife. Man, these lives are just so much fun. Thank you guys all for being here and supporting the channel. It's so much fun for me to jump onto these lives and just talk with people, talk with you guys. It's a blast for me. I don't get to talk too much here in France. I'm working on it, but it's hard. It's hard. My problem right now too is like I'm learning through Duolingo and it's teaching me a lot of words. Duolingo's doing a good job at teaching me words, but it's not really teaching me too much conversational French. Um, and the hard part too is that in my head I like to um, switch into German while I'm trying to speak French. My head right now is just like confusing the languages, um, because there's just a lot going on in my head with the language. So it gets a little hard, but life's hard. Get over it. Yeah, having some company in the shop. Nice. How's the coffee? What kind of coffee you drinking? And yeah, company in the shop is super nice when you're working by yourself. Makes a big difference for the motivation to kind of keep going and you know I can't get over it. This is John's knife and it is tiny, 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 tiny. It's so cute. Black. I used to be a big time black coffee drinker. And then my wife started working at a coffee shop. And then we bought a coffee machine for the house. And now I'm addicted to steaming my own milk and trying to make the art lattes. And they're delicious. So I used to drink nothing but black. I'll still drink black if I go somewhere, like out to a restaurant and things like that. I'll have a black coffee at the end or something. But every morning I'm drinking a latte and I'm trying to make the art in the latte. And it's harder than you'd think, man. So you guys gotta give those baristas credit if you ever go and get a latte or something and it has some beautiful art in it. They deserve some credit. Yeah, and I used to just do black, and then yeah, like I said, my wife was trying to practice her art, so I was drinking it, and I was like, this is good, this is good. I like this. I'm gonna continue this. This Tata Juba on the top end. So with this vertical grain structure, I'll show you guys. So right now this one is not your average woodworking. Look at how tiny it is. I mean, it's as long as my middle finger, and so cute. But anyways, with the vertical grain structure, the cool part right now that I'm seeing, which I think will look cool later on, is look at that in the Tata Juba. It's like a little galaxy up top. So I just need to get rid of some of these sand marks and things like that, but I think it's going to look like a very speckled look on the top portion. It's pretty cool. What's Cafe Bustelo? Is that a coffee shop near you? Or a type of coffee? Brand of coffee? Okay. My wife the coffee shop that she worked at was in a place in Ohio that we lived near, and she loves their coffee. They roast it themselves in shop, and for Christmas, I bought 10 pounds and had it shipped out here. That was the most I've ever spent in my life for coffee, with shipping and VAT fees and yada yada yada. Holy crap. But she was excited. And then when my mom came to visit, she's still here, um, we had her bring 10 more pounds. So we drank through 10 pounds of coffee, my wife and I, from Christmas to, so 6 months. That's a lot. And coffee makes me poop, man. Like poop. Every day. I can't be the only one, man, who gets the coffee shits. Man, one time I was going out hunting and I had a coffee. And actually, this is more than one time, I'll tell you that right now. But I had a coffee before I went out and got all the way out to where I was going to set up my tree stand. And was like, oh God, it's happening, man. It's happening. And yeah, I didn't have toilet paper. Or I was not prepared at all for that experience. So I kicked it old school with some leaf action. Yeah. And now I always have a roll of toilet paper in my hunting bag, no matter what, even if no coffee is being involved that day. It is a must-have for going out into the woods. I guess it's not a must-have. You can use leaves. It's fine. It was fine, but didn't feel as clean. Really wanted to find a body of water at that point and give it the old bidet action. Dude, what do you do in the boat though? In the boat, I feel like I'd just go swimming, and then watch logs float on downstream. Let the loggers deal with it later. Cause I would much rather go swimming in the lake than like use a bucket. I don't like the bucket maneuver. I don't know why. Not a fan of the bucket. I'd rather pull over to a tree. Just not a bucket guy. Not a bucket shitter. I recently made a knife with a laminated purple heart earrings. I saw. Yeah, it is. Purple heart's a funky wood, man. Purple heart's really like I don't like that like I don't know if it's like where it gets burned or something like that, but some areas when you go to oil it up just seem to like shine, and then other areas seem to stay like more dull on just like throughout a section this big on Purple Heart, and you're just like, is it something I'm doing? Is it like the sanding process that I'm doing to it, or what's going on? Because it's like so drastically changed. What are you trying to say by your boat is tiny with the 10 footer? You trying to say you're a bucket guy? You a bucket shitter, Wes? You shitting buckets? You shitting in buckets? In fact, I think the rule should be the smaller the boat, the more of a rule it is that you're not allowed to shit in buckets and you need to pull off. All right, let's got this one pretty sanded down. And sometimes I'm not so patient. I want to water pop it. I want to see what John's selection is going to semi look like after it's been oiled. Ah. We'll wait for that to end. The burn compressor. Move this guy out. And stop. No? Probably need to empty that thing today too. All right, come on, compressor. All right, we're gonna go for it. So this one is John from Not Your Average Woodworking, and it's Tiger Wood, which is the darker brown, and then the Tatajuba, which is the light yellowy color. I'm just water popping it because I'm getting impatient and I want to see the grain. Oh, that's cool. Let's hold it up. That Tiger Wood is so cool. And the Tatajuba too, because it's just so reflective. Got the little galaxy up top. That's cool. Tiny, tiny knife, but I think John will like it. It's a skinning knife, and when you hold it like this, it's quite comfortable. And I think that's how you're going to want to hold it anyways for when you're doing your skinning, you know? You'd be like... So, that's pretty sweet. I like it. And this was the first knife I made for it with a subscriber's choice, was John from Not Your Average Woodworks. It's crazy too how water popping or oiling, I should say, and stuff like that makes the project a completely different project. You know, it's like you're sanding this thing and working on it. Like I've been working with this wood for, you know, a couple of days. It's been in my shop for a while, and I see it all the time. And then the second you get oil on it, it's a completely different project. I think that's just so cool. So cool. All right, so we need to get a little bit more. Yeah, just like Jeffrey said, it is money, money, money. So for that 10 pounds of coffee, I paid 240 euros to ship it here. That was including the like VAT fees and all that kind of stuff. So I think total for my wife's Christmas present of 10 pounds of coffee, I spent like almost 400 something dollars. It was she's worth it. No, it was and I'm drinking the coffee too at the end of the day. So it was I guess probably not worth it. Probably not worth it. But she's happy. And that's worth it. Yeah, shipping is expensive. Yeah, exactly. Jeez. Did someone did they buy the mallet and pay for the shipping? Was that kind of the situation, or what was going on there? Because I think I remember it was in one of your lives you talked about that. It might have been because of me, because I think we were talking about shipping and stuff like that. Oh, jeez, dude. So you had to bite the bullet on the 250 for shipping? Whew. That's all right. We call it an investment, not a loss. It's an investment. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you got to do those things. So I think what I'm going to do too coming up is I think my mom flies back to the US in August. So I'm going to do some live giveaways and things like that, some things like that, whatever. And then I'm going to send them back with my mom and be able to ship them from Ohio at that point. So that it's a little bit more reasonable on my end. Yeah, we're gonna try it. Yeah, no, dude, you cannot. Yeah, like or you can ask them if they're willing to pay the shipping. I mean, I guess that's about it. They can still play, but if not, they can do they can give it away, pick someone, or redo it, kind of, for the random or something like that, like a spin to win kind of thing. So, but definitely have to put like a disclaimer, like if you are in the UK, located outside of the US, um, shipping is on you, because it's crazy how expensive it gets, man. Like it's a lot, and especially for me, like if I did a contest kind of thing, um, 90% of the viewers are US based, so I would be screwed left and right, you know? Right. Oh, cool. That would be smart. Definitely would save a lot of time. That's nice of you. I need to get myself a belt sander. It would really be nice to. There's a bunch of tools that I still need to get that I want to get. Now I do have access to a um, bandsaw. Um, my wife's grandpa has one, and he lives just a couple minutes down the road. But you know how that goes. Um, it kind of becomes a hassle just to go do like one or two cuts to bring them down there. Ask if you can use them. It's just so much more convenient to have a small bandsaw or something like that in your own shop. But until those times come, I'm gonna just do it that way, of course. Um, so you're just at that point, I'm just paying for the convenience of having the tool here. So yeah, I need a belt sander, I need a bandsaw. Um, I would really, really like. I don't need one, but I would really like to get a CNC machine. at least a small one that I can do some things on the cutting boards. I love those like reverse contrast things where you can really do some detailed inlays and stuff like that, you know. So I'd really like to get a CNC one day. Maybe a 3D printer would be cool one day. There's just so many tools out there, man. I wish I could just have them all. One day. One day. One day. One day. Right? Yeah, in construction, I mean, it's like I have all my what I bought here is all the hand tools, and those are what we use in the construction all the time. You know, multi-tool drills, circular saw, um, maybe a hand sander, those kinds of things. Or I bought those as well right away, but I was like, man, I could have probably done without a couple of them. Well, I don't know. I still want all those tools actually. I take that back. I couldn't have done without them because I've used all of them so far already. Um, so I guess I'm trying to make high quality products out of construction grade tools. You know, I got a work saw or a table saw. That's job site saw, and I like it. It works for me. I built this little roll around, you know, storage solution for it, and gives me a little bit of support here on the side if I'm running large panels through. I was going to put an end feed support, but haven't gotten around to that, so that's fine. And I'm going to build another one of these benches for the planer that's back there, the 2-in-1 jointer planer. And my plan is to have the top come off, and then the planer will be on a platform that raises so that I can use the left and right as an in-feed, out-feed on the jointer planer. So I think that'll be cool. And then the bottom underneath it, or the sides, whatever I decide on, will become more storage. There's so many things to do. That's always the case, right? So many things to do, and what feels like so little time. This knife is cool. Yeah, woodworking and carpentry are such different worlds. Couldn't have said it better, dude. Yeah, tool handling and experience. I think that's why, like, I just enjoy it, and I think I do well at it as well, is because I can visualize things a lot more from having that experience, and I can visualize how to get it done. And so I have a lot of advantages from the construction world, but they are two different beasts, that's for sure. One of them, and in construction, I still like to be as precise as I can when it comes to my builds. That was always my thing as well in that world, was details, details, details. But yeah, two different worlds with woodworking for sure. Yeah, it's a constant grind to upgrade this shop and keep it moving. You know, this is John's, and it's looking mighty fine. I think I'm gonna drill through maybe some pins on his. I don't know if I need to though. We'll see. I'm always scared about just epoxy between the wood and the blade. I don't know why. Have you had experiences with delamination and things like that? Because it just scares me sometimes. I feel like it's just gonna, come crumbling off. 6 a.m. 6 a.m. I remember thinking I had the pinnacle of detail after building custom cabinets and vanities. Ah, interesting. Wood to wood was your delamination. See, that one wouldn't scare me for some reason, but yeah, for some reason, I guess it's because it's new to me and I don't know much about the process of doing this and that kind of stuff, you know, to where it maybe scares me that it's going to delaminate, you know. So I wasn't sure if that's why there's always, you know, on like knives that we see like the pins going through is because it's just another safety measure to keeping those two all together. Yeah, for wood on wood, I use Titebond 3. That's it. That's it. I built a vanity one time for a customer, and it was a live edge, and that was like when I was like, that lady let me go nuts with live edge builds. So I built a bay window for her. We remodeled a place for her into a salon. So we did a complete remodel on this place, and the bay window area where we replaced all of these windows, installed new windows. She wanted a seating area to drink coffee at for the customers, and I was like, you should try doing a live edge window bay. I think that would look really, really cool. And she was like, that sounds awesome. Can we do that? And I was like, absolutely, we can do that. And so I went and got a live edge tree and did that for her. And she came back, she saw it, she was like, this is incredible. And after that, she was like, can you do a sink vanity, like a floating sink vanity out of live edge? And I was like, absolutely, we can do that. And so I built a floating sink vanity with a live edge top to it, and kind of like my hexagon tiles that I have in my shop here. On the back wall was black, like matte black hexagonal tiles all the way up, and then just the floating live edge walnut vanity, and it was sick. And I was like, this is sweet. Yeah, and luckily she was that salon was like 15 minutes away from my house, so I didn't even have to travel for that. And we were on that job site, me and my guys, for I think two to 3 months. It was somewhere in between that time range. To I mean, this whole place needed redone, inside, outside, everything. We put all new siding on this building. And once again, she wanted to go with a wooden siding, so we did like the kind of like you see in those European houses where it's like uh, two slats next to each other and then one slat covering that seam all the way down. So we did the entire outside of her building in that. We painted the rest of the building this like dark gray color. We did the entire first floor, put a like a employees kitchen area into that place, redid 2 bathrooms in that place, added a bathroom to the basement, redid the basement as a I guess like a, not like a tattoo place, but where they do eyebrows. They tattoo eyebrows, I guess, or something. I don't know. I don't know what that part was. I just know that we built out the basement for that, you know. Um, and we just did everything on this place, man. It was a big, big, big project, that's for sure. And everything had to be, you know, up to commercial code and things like that. So it took some time to get everything done on that place. All right, this one is Minehearts, and it's looking freaking awesome. I wasn't, this might be my favorite combination so far. This is unbelievably cool. I just love Padauk. Padauk is just like a game-changing wood, man. Like, it's incredible. What a wood Padauk is. Padookie Dook for the win. Let me sand this other side, and we're gonna water pop the crap out of this guy. See it, because this is just, I don't even have the patience to sand this one all the way through before we water pop and see this grain. Doesn't hurt anything to water pop it and check the grain, you know. So let's get this other side a little sanded down just so the water pop looks nicer. Holy crap. Padauk, Padauk, Padauk. Coming in for the win. Yeah, it does. No, I think it's one of my top favorite woods now, just because of the contrast that it leaves behind is remarkable. And like and it's cheap. It's cheap for me, man. It's cheap for me. Here in I will say that's one advantage for me woodworking here. I don't know if it's an advantage or a disadvantage, because if it's cheap for me, it's cheap for everyone and here in France. So I don't know if people understand that, you know, because like in the States, you'd pay a lot of money for these kinds of boards. And here in I got my mask out and then I just let it sit there. But yeah, here or in the States, you pay good money for Padauk, Wenge, all of these hardwoods that I'm getting, and I'm getting them so cheap here, which is just crazy. Oh, I'm ready to water pop this bad boy. 1 second. Thanks, man. Well, these designs are all by you guys right now, but I'll help if I can, and I like my own designs, that's for sure. I'm very, very picky with those kinds of things when it comes down to woodworking now. I try and do as much as I can to get cool designs and yeah, just try different things, man. All right, we're gonna worry about the rest of that bottom. This one is gonna be sweet. All right, so this one was created by Mineheart, and it's Padauk, Tigerwood, and Tatajuba. Like I said, the first three people were going nuts with the Tatajuba and the Tigerwood. Holy crap, though. I'm glad he added Padauk into this thing. Just look at that. Now that looks like a genuine knife handle. It looks like an old school kind of knife that you would get. It's even got the brass front, like protection, finger slip protection, whatever that thing's called. And wow, Padauk right here looks like a little world inside of it. Comes together so nicely. Haha, that's cool. That's crazy. I love Padauk. Crazy, crazy cool. I don't know what knives like sell for though at markets, because like, or just in general, because like I saw some knives where I bought like the full tangs blades from and stuff like that. So I saw like knives on their website that were just, you know, like nothing like unique like these guys are, and they were selling for like 200 euros, you know, and I was like, okay. But I have no idea what someone is willing to pay for um, a knife, you know. I mean, the blade isn't that expensive. The wood that I'm using is really scrap wood most of the times, that I'm able to just salvage and put together into these handles. So it's very minute cost-wise there. So it's impossible to do like a labor, or I mean a material times, you know, times 30 or 3 or whatever plus 20% or whatever you decide your math is on costs and things like that. Um, so this one, I mean, I guess I would go rough, just labor costs or something like that. But then we're looking at, you know, maybe a couple hours on each knife kind of thing. I mean, because you can't count glue up time and stuff like that, you know. Sheesh! You think that's a 250 knife, my guy? I hope you're right. I would love to. I think I also need to just stop doubting myself, you know? That's a big part of woodworking, as I've come to find out, is doubting myself on price points, you know, and just trying to make sure things sell or whatever. I haven't sold anything yet, but I already know that I'm going to be doing that more than I should with doubting myself. Yes, I agree, actually. You know, and that's how you guys, everyone who's doing this kind of stuff needs to think about this, you know? It's not just a knife, you know? I put effort, I put soul, I put pride into this. Yeah, my gosh. Like this one for sure, it's just so cool. And I feel like at like 250, if I got that price for this knife, I would have no issue offering them like a lifetime warranty on the knife. It would make me feel good as well, because if anything did happen, like what I'm scared of like a delamination or something, even though you're saying you've never had it happen, that kind of scares me when you sell something for a good price, and if something were to happen to it, that's not their fault, you know. I would want them to feel comfortable bringing it back to me, and I could either build them a new one, same exact style, you know, or let them choose something else, that kind of thing, you know. Hello, hello, welcome back, Joseph. Yeah, yeah, and this is a one. All of these knives, actually, every single one of them is a one of one. There is not one exactly like this one in the world. anywhere right now. Got to think of that. Okay. Yeah, that's not a bad idea either, you know. Um, or or maybe at the market I can do like a special uh like first batch edition kind of thing and sell them for like maybe like 60 or something like that. I don't know. But if you're saying you've never had one delaminate, you know, and I think it's just one of those in the back of your head kind of for me fears. Like like when I look at this thing is freaking solid, man. Like and I don't see any gaps between the wood and the handle and the tang and stuff, you know. So like there should be no reason for me to think that it is gonna delaminate. I even went as far as taking my Dremel and on the metal tang, I carved out little holes in areas on the tang just to get more surface area for that epoxy to kind of go in, grab into the wood, and go in and grab into the metal. Just made me feel better. And then I cleaned everything with acetone before putting them on there, you know. So hopefully there's still enough epoxy underneath there and stuff like that. So yeah, and I think it'll be the same for me for sure with the confidence getting better on knowing like, hey, this knife is gonna last, you know, time to come. And I think that once I get to that point, and this is my first time making knives, you know, so that's also the other hard part for me to be like, okay, yeah, I could sell this for a lot more because I'm just this is my first time making knives, and it would be awesome if they sold for that price range, you know. Um, but we need to see how the market reacts. Wow, Meinhardt, Meinhardt, Meinhardt. This knife is blowing my brain up right now, man. It is gorgeous. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing I actually really need to do maybe this week is get a website going. Actually, I need to get two websites going. I need to get one for like for the English speaking that I can post like to my YouTube and things like that, so people can check out what I have. And then I also need to get, but that's the worrisome part. I don't know how to deal with the international shipping on that portion. If it automatically feeds that, if I can feed that into my website, you know, or how that works exactly. But the other one, I need to build a website for here to advertise to the French people. So got a lot of like computer work that I really should be doing, and instead I'm out here making and creating on this beautiful day. I hope so too for you, man. I think you definitely can too. And you have very unique knives, you know, especially when you're making the blades and everything yourself. It's a completely different game. You're in the major leagues. I'm in wiffle ball. Yeah, I'm taking pics of everything as I go. That's for sure. Yeah, and what I might do too is, like I said, especially on these first batch of knives or something like that, um, maybe just do the live giveaways, you know, um, because it's very hard for, or at least it would be for me. It would be hard for me if I won a live giveaway for, let's say, I did $10 that I entered into the competition and I got drawn for this knife, you know, and I ended up getting this knife for $10, then it would be very hard for me to complain to the creator and say, like, after, you know, a year or something, like, hey, it's coming apart. Like, I would want to let them know, but I wouldn't be like, I'm expecting a new knife kind of thing, you know, if something happened in like a year's time or whatever. Because at the end of the day, I got lucky and won it for, you know, 10 bucks or whatever it was, kind of thing, you know. So I might do giveaways on like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 knives or something like that. Meinhardt, hey, you're here, dude. We're working on your knife. I'm gonna water pop it for you. I'm gonna show you because it's gorgeous, dude. My favorite one, definitely my favorite one out of the three that we've been working on right now. I think is my favorite out of the four that we've built together. It is just gorgeous, your selection, man. So let me. Oh man, that's weird. As long as you've got the sound going now. Yeah, your selection here on the woods, you did it. You nailed it. You nailed it, Meinhardt. Your knife is my top one so far. Let's water pop your bad boy for you. This is your knife, man. It's getting there. I can't wait to take the tape off and everything. Look at this thing when we get some water on it, dude. Look at that. That's just gorgeous. Here, let me put the water bottle down and give you guys a try and give you a sunny look. That is just gorgeous. The tiger wood, the come on, zoom in, catch it. Ah, come on, camera. Can you catch it? Yeah. Like the tiger wood is popping with its brown grains. The Paduke letting through that orange shine. I like how it like comes together almost like a little circle or an eyeball on the inside, like especially on this side. It's like these guys go so well together. And I think that you did the right call by keeping the brass on there because once we take this off, this thing is just gonna be sick. Yeah, this one is sick. I'm excited. I'm excited for my lightning knife. This one is just beautiful. I wasn't expecting that, Meinhardt, you know? Because it's hard to see. I mean, do you remember where this thing started? You know, we had tiny little pieces of wood, then we took them And we meshed them all together, glued them all together, created a block about this big, and then after that, cut it all down, got it to the size we wanted, cut out the handle, put the blade in there, epoxied it up, man, and now we're here. I shaped it today. Earlier today, I did the shaping on this guy, and now we're sanding it. We're at the 120 grit on this guy right now, and we're just gonna keep going until this thing is just silky smooth. And it's just, holy crap, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So we still got some work to do, and it's just gonna keep getting better and better and better. That's crazy how pretty she is. And this thing was a mess with the epoxy, man. I had epoxy everywhere on this guy. It was all over the blue tape, so it was okay, you know, no damage done, no damage done. But it was a epoxy mess. All right, so at this point we're doing super fine light sanding with the 120, and we're gonna start working our way up. Just kind of making sure that we get everything. Yeah, exactly. Here, I'm gonna bring you guys in. I think everyone's seen enough of my face, and we can get back to the money action shots. That way you guys can just see the knife the whole time. So obviously the knife is prettier than me. We're going back to West Does It style. That's what I'm going to call this style from now on. This is West Does It style. West style, that's what it is. It's not West Does It style. That's too long for a title, or not a title, but I don't know what I'm saying, man. We're going to call it West style, though. It sounds a lot smoother. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. West style. West style videography. Get you guys in on the action shots. I kept thinking that these were burn marks on this like bottom section right here, but it's the tiger wood. So I was like sanding and sanding. I was like, Jesus, man, when is this burn mark gonna come out? You know, thinking it was like from the router or the drum sander. Nope, it is indeed 100% the wood color. Does it style? Ooh. I would like that as like a video, yeah, category, like a forum, I guess, you know? Like if you were to have a Discord page, you could put like does it style, and that would be like the post your creations kind of forum, and then people comment on what they think about it. Does it style? All right, so that's 120. I'm feeling good with the 120. Not seeing much
as far as lines and things like that. And when we were water popping it, it seemed good. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I definitely do way too much sanding. Now, I know finish can make or break a project. I completely agree with that. But sometimes I'm like, man, I've got to be the only person out here sanding this much on a project like this, Because sometimes I just don't stop, is what it feels like. When it's probably overkill, I don't know. Some people appreciate the little details. Some people would never even notice it. Oh yeah, no, the water popping makes a huge difference on the smoothness going in between grits and stuff like that. So let's jump up to a 180. Alright. And I think we're going to go ahead and actually hit this one with a little bit of wet sand kind of situation, starting at this process. Because this 180 from them, it's like super grippy feeling. But I think if I did a little wet sand on it, we're gonna try. I think it's gonna do a good job of. Probably shouldn't wet sand until later in the game though, but I'm gonna try it. Oh yeah, drywall, man. It's like when I was doing this garage and doing drywall. What a fun time drywall can be, am I right? I mean, it's nice at the end, the finished product kind of thing, But during it, holy crap. Sometimes you just need a big old breather when doing drywall. Because it's just, can be a lot. Can be a lot. I don't know what I was thinking wet sanding. It just created a bunch of gunk, and it's absolutely not necessary to do that. It's probably just like pushing debris into the wood, So probably don't do that, guys. Probably not necessary. I don't know why I decided to do that, but it's all right. Now I know. I tried it. And water pop, dry off, let it chill, sand in between for best results. Yeah, exactly what I'm about to do. Oh, you don't like sanding metal work though? Why is that? I enjoyed metal work sanding. Um, I was doing that a lot in Hawaii. I like how it like leaves the lines behind, and then you can like make them disappear, and it's very noticeable. I enjoy metal work. You got to try it, man. Here, I'll show you the little pieces we started with too. So like I just had a bunch of scrap pieces. So like this is actually from John's, that first knife that we were working on. So I don't know where this one falls in, but I just glued, you know, all of these kinds of little pieces together, and then you give yourself a pattern of some sort, or not, you know, have complete madness if you'd like, you know. But all of these little pieces were just kind of extra pieces um, from like my other projects, cutting boards, things like that. So just a bunch of extra pieces, and then you glue them together, and you have yourselves a little handle, you know. So you can do vertical, horizontal, anything like that. And yeah, I end up just running it through the table saw and getting it down to the, I think I did 10, let me check, 10 or 11 millimeters on these guys wide. Looks, yeah, about 10 or 11 millimeters wide for each side. And you can just, yeah, put it down on the block when it's all done and trace out your knife handle and cut that out. So pretty simple. But I think with these guys, the problem that I ran into, so if you're going to do something like this one, is I I don't have a scroll saw. If you have a scroll saw, it'll be really, really easy for you to cut these guys out. But with the jigsaw, it was creating too much vibration. And so like I had this guy, you know, break on me here, and I had to put glue in between it and rejoin it, and the same with John's. And then after that, I was like, okay, I'm either going to wait till I go to Grandpa's to use the bandsaw, or I'm going to buy a little scroll saw kind of thing so I can just cut these out, since they are more fragile than just a solid piece of wood. But yeah, so I still have like a couple scrap pieces there to make another knife. Ooh, Pringles. Forgot these were in the shop. Don't mind if I do. Mm-mm-mm. Ah, I do want to paint my work van though. That's also a project down the line that I want to try out. So I am going to have to do some sanding on that for sure. Right. Yeah, but excuse me, guys. This is breakfast and lunch right now, other than coffee. Um, it's so hard because like some of like I brought a piece to my wife, you know, and she could not see the mistake that was that I had done on there, you know. So she had no idea what the mistake was, couldn't find it, and I was like, well, it's over here, you know. It was with that cutting board I showed you earlier with the brick pattern. So like, but I feel like I should still no go. Like this guy. I should still sell it, you know. I think it's beautiful, but if you ask me, um, the spacing is ever so slightly off because like I was just telling you guys earlier. So from this line right here to this line, which is supposed to be in the center of this piece, which is 6 centimeters, right? Yeah, so it's 6 on the dot for this piece. I don't know if you guys can see that, but 6 on the dot for these pieces, and they're all the same. And then on this back end piece, I just cut it in half because that was my thinking, you know, half will get me to half. But I didn't account for the grout lines. And the grout lines themselves are, so this is 7 millimeters wide. So I should have gone 3.5 millimeters, even 3. Nobody's going to be able to tell a half a millimeter or even a millimeter by their naked eye. So I should have accounted for that and brought this piece over. This guy should have been cut down instead of at 3 on the dot. It should have been cut down at 2.7 would have even done the trick. That way this grout line would have matched up perfectly with the center of this guy. So, but like this is a perfect example of it's not perfect, but I can see the difference, and I found the difference just after sanding it. I was like, oh my gosh, I can see that. Like it's 3 millimeters off to this side, you know. I still think I should sell it, you know. Like this is definitely going to leave the shop, but is it perfect? No. It's 3 millimeters, not perfect. So yeah, but yeah, that's a prime example of something that us woodworkers notice, or shop enthusiasts, I should say. We notice those things because we're working on it every day, and the other people would never even notice that. So you're almost better off not even telling them about it, which I know sounds wrong, but like with that cutting board, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just 3 millimeters wrong with it, you know. And I highly doubt someone at the market is going to notice that, and if they do notice it, they might just not buy it, you know. They're like, oh, it's not centered or whatever, you know. Exactly. It ruined the whole meal. I was cutting chicken, and the chicken said, this board isn't perfect. Don't degrade my life like that. So, off the chef went back to the market with his 3 millimeter imperfect cutting board and threw it back across the pond just to hit Brandon in the face and say, fix my shit, you servant. And that was that story. Coming up next on Kids Books of America. The top 100 children's books. The Imperfect Cutting Board. Written by Wes and Meinhardt. Yeah, exactly. That would be something they say. And the worst part is that they'd say it in French and I wouldn't even understand them. They can't cancel me. I'll cancel them. Send my ass back to Germany. The French never liked me anyways. I'll go buy a better baguette at Kroger. Tell them something like that and it'll piss them right off. I'll be like, oh, you cannot buy a baguette like this at Kroger? Who do you think you are? Huh? I spit in your face. I don't want to get out the tube. I guess I'm gonna use it for all of these knives. Man, that's the one part that I'm not liking about this 3M sandpaper is that I hate using it because it costs so much. So I'm like, oh, save it, Brandon. Don't use it. Don't even think about it. It's just there for display. It's just there for display. I know, Meinhardt. I know. Actually, I quite enjoy my DeWalt chair. But one of these days, we're going to build a chair step stool kind of situation that I can use to access my above storage and things like that. So one day. I think the next build though that I'm gonna do is gonna be for my jointer planer thicknesser, and I need to build a workbench for that, and it's going to be the exact same height as this one. That way I can kind of use them with each other. My goal is to work on a live edge epoxy river table, and that way I can take this portion and the other portion that I'll be building, and I can lay my mold on top of both of them and use that to hold my piece while I do the epoxy pour and stuff like that. So I think that's going to be my next build. Sounds a little bit more important to me than the chair. But I am a local homegrown import artisan. Thank you, Wes. Thank you. Like a BMW builder. Those are my initials. BMW, baby. That's me. BMW. Brandon Michael Werner. Anything can be a chair. Ooh. Challenge accepted. What about a cactus? You can sit on a cactus, but my ass is staying on this DeWalt chair. WW2? Ugh. Not the best, not the best. Broomsticks make awful chairs. Sounds like you're speaking from experience. This thing is just getting smoother and smoother. All right. So that's working through it. That's a 240 grit. Oh, why isn't it charging? Should be charging. It says my phone's at 20%. I don't know. All right, we're getting there. This thing is silky smooth, silky smooth. I wish you guys could feel it through the camera. That is just super nice. You can feel it with your eyeballs. Hey! Make some noise, make some noise! Wes, I don't know if you answered that earlier and I didn't see it, or but I asked, are you going to be getting on live today? Especially since you can make some noise now. This thing is looking great. I think I'm definitely enjoying this one the most out of these three. I just love the Padauk look on this guy. It's just crazy. Trying to pop that bad boy up for you. And then this one after that, I would say. Sorry, Johnny boy. Your knife is cool too, but these three. These two, I mean. This is that one from Matt Cleveland. And this just got the Purple Heart, Tatajuba, and Peroda wood running through it. But boy, is that cool. Yep. That's sick. I really like that. So cool. So cool. Wes, I can't thank you enough, man, for getting me involved in the knife making world. It's just so much fun, man. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right now it's 1, 2, 3 out of all of my kids here. Yep. I need to build a board too. That's also one of my things that I need to build, so that I can either a board or a stand or something like that to where I can display these. Even having something with this black felt down or foam. It's got the double-sided stick on the back, but just something that I can display these knives on while I'm at the market would be a good idea, I think, to have something that kind of lifts them up a little bit. It's either this option where it's like something that they sit on, or I was also thinking about having like, um, let's just take this for an example or whatever, but having a board and putting some magnets on the back side so you can't see the magnets, and then you can just I can just put them onto the the magnet strip that runs through the back to where they're all kind of on display like that. And then they can just kind of take them off. So, but I'm not sure which one we're gonna go with yet, but we need to figure out some way to display all of these knives that we're gonna have. So I think I'm gonna lean more towards like something where it's like raised with like a wooden front to it or something. And then the knives have this pad that they're sitting on. And it's just kind of up and displayed in a sense like that. I don't think I need to go as far as putting them behind plexiglass. But then again, if I did build a plexiglass front one, then I could just literally keep them in there the entire time and not ever have to kind of worry about them. Who knows? Yeah, I was also thinking that because the magnet board one, um, yeah, we'll just grab this board again or whatever. Uh, it's going to be thinner for sure. So let's just say that it was the Peroda, the Cedar, and the Padauk here. Something around that size um, for the width of the piece and then longer. But it would make a really cool um, knife holder for the kitchen. So I think that if people saw that as an option, then they could hang it. I can just on the back of it put a couple keyholes for them to mount it in their kitchen. And then they could use double-sided stick tape if they wanted to or whatever, but they could use this in the kitchen to hold all of their kitchen knives as well, is what I was kind of thinking. I think that would look really cool. Oh, that's gonna be cool. Yeah, definitely with some of the self winding capabilities. I'd be interested in knowing how that all works. All right, so this one's already been hit with 80, I know for sure. So we'll just go ahead and jump to 120 on it. Meinhardt's is down to 240 now. And I think I'm gonna just water pop it one more time. Need some more water. My God, Meinhardt, look at your beautiful knife. Holy cow. I love it. I love it, man. Thank you for being a part of the stream and for choosing that knife, making that knife. It is just, I'm so glad that I did that with you guys, asking you guys to become a part of everything. Because I don't think I would have ever chose that design, you know? I don't think I would have ever chose that design, and I'm glad someone did because it's really, really cool. Yeah, and I'm excited to honestly, the first knife that I'm gonna build, Wes, is gonna be yours because I was just dying for someone to pick a Wenge blade again. I wanted to make a cheese knife with a Wenge blade, and I really wanted to incorporate the beechwood this time. So I think that you got me excited for that one coming up. And they go quick, man. I could probably knock out at least one or two in a day building the cheese knives, depending on how quick I go, I guess. But they're that one I'm excited for. I'm excited. Meinhardt, did you see that? I haven't tried it yet. Maybe I should try it. Did you see that if you bleach Wenge, like the black Wenge, um, the effects that it has on it? I should try some actually. But I saw that if you bleach Wenge, it looks like a zebra. Like the lighter part goes completely white, and then the black portion of the grains remains black. And they just soaked it in some bleach, and that's all. So I was like, ooh, I need to try that. Yeah, I haven't tried it either, but I heard it, and I think I'm going to try it. That's for sure. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, definitely second favorite for sure. But any knife that gets the Perota wood on it is just a game changer. The Perota wood is just it's hard to compete with something so naturally beautiful. Peace, Wes. Thank you for stopping by, hanging out, man, and we will catch you on your live next for sure. And then I'm excited to get working on your cheese knife, man. So we'll get to that eventually. You know how things go. We're all busy, and we'll get to it when we get to it. So, Wes, thanks for stopping by, and have a lovely day, my friend. Man, this Perota. Whoop. 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 My chair. It's causing all kinds of disturbances down here. Oh. Yeah, Meinhardt, maybe I need a nice good old lawn chair in here. That way I can just come sit in the garage and do nothing. I think it's probably a good thing I don't have a comfortable chair in here. Or else I would just be sitting in the chairs all the time. And then I'd get sucked into watching YouTube. And then I wouldn't be working. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Glad to hear I'm not the only one, man. Yeah. Just look at all these possibilities. And then I just leave the shop, lock up from being overwhelmed, not knowing what to create. Yeah, I do that way too often. It's been a while, actually. It's been, but that's because I've been keeping busy with these knives and things like that. So it feels like it's been a while, but I can definitely spend some time just staring at the wood, you know, torturing myself. So cool. All right, so that's 120. Yeah, 120. Might as well just lay these upside down. 80, 120. That means 180's next. Please proceed with blowing off any and all dust from the workpiece and work area. I mean, it's hard to choose the pieces, you know. There's just so many options. And you're like what we were kind of talking about earlier, you're trying to build the best product to get out of your shop, you know. And part of that is the decision making on what material is going into it, because that plays a huge role. I will say that this knife though is the perfect. This one I'm working on right now is the perfect like handle size. Like really fits in my hands well. So that's definitely one of my favorite parts about this knife right here. Is just how nicely it fits into your hands. Really trying to blend all of these corners. Looks pretty good so far. The cutting board of her choosing. She picked the wood and how she wanted it set up. Just did the easy part. Yeah. Oh, cool. How'd you make the French rolling pin? Do you have a lathe? Did you do that on the lathe? I need to get some more water in this real quickly. Let me know how you made that. I'm interested in the rolling pin. That's for sure. Let me put some water in this guy real quick. I can keep talking though. I think the mic will stay connected to my freckles. What? Don't even make sense. All right, come on, hose. That's a good amount of water. "18-inch square into an octagon, and then sanded the shit out of it." Okay. And were you able to get like your desired roundness that you wanted out of that? Because if so, I think I might have to try that too. Water pop. Water pop. Cool. Getting there. So, oh yeah, that Purple Heart looks much better after going with that 180 grit. Definitely more of what I was looking for. So next is the 240. And then that will be good on this one. That'll mean I'll have this one, that one, and then I just have a Johnny Boy's knife left to finish up. Okay, so that was 180. Okay, so 240 now. It's kind of the final sand, I think, for now. 240 feels very smooth, if you ask me, and I might do a like a quick 320 over all of these at the end there before I dump them on oil. But even with the 240, it seems to be, you know, in the hot or in the hand, it feels phenomenal. So. This one's just awesome though. Let's see. Just a nice light sand. Yeah, it feels great. Hey, no problem. No problem at all. So I finally got this one sanded down to 240, and it just feels amazing in the hands. So that's cool. So I think that we're gonna keep this one at the 240. We got yours. I think we stopped yours at the 180. I haven't jumped onto the 240, so we'll do yours with the 240 real quick as well. Kind of light sand and make sure everything kind of gets hit a little bit with the 240. feels great. Okay, so we got these two knives at the 240. And this one, let's go back to the 180 because I think I stopped at 120 on this one. This one's so tiny in the hands. So that means that tomorrow I should be able to start building all these other knives. Tomorrow's going to be cheese knife day, let's call it. Let's do cheese knife day tomorrow, where we'll make a bunch of cheese knives. Okay, that's 180. Last one. My fingers hurt from all this sanding. With a little water pop. This water popping is a good indicator as well for me to know if there's anything else that I really need to sand before oiling. And this one looks great. So I think it is good to go for oil. We'll let this pop up real quickly with the water. Let the grain raise. And once that grain is raised, I'll just hit it real quickly again with that 240. And then we're going to oil these things up. Get them working on their finish, because the tongue oil finish on these guys is going to take a minute. Nice. Okay, it's gonna be time for some oil. All right, let's clean this off. And let's get the oil out. We can start to oil these guys up. This is gonna be nice, nice, nice. All right, I'm gonna put you guys back into normal view. So, looks good to me. Okay, let's get the oil out. And that's everyone's favorite part, of course. So, let's get that out. This old rag. We can wash that off later. Let's get a new, well, used new rag. Tongue oil. That's what we're using. All right. Let's see how we can give you guys a good view. Of the knives getting their first tongue oil. So we're just going to, my goodness, Perota with tongue oil. Yes, please, everyone. Let me come around to your side. We'll show you the knives. We'll adjust everything. Show you the knives. All right, so this one is Matt Cleveland's knife that he created. So Matt Cleveland went with the Perota, Purple Heart, and Tatajuba. And we're just now getting its first coat of oil on here. It's looking good, looking good, looking good. Nice and shiny. No sanding marks. That is just beautiful. So that's the first one. Let's go ahead and get the, that's the first coat on that knife. Let's get Meinhardt. Let's get Meinhardt's knife. Let's put some oil on his knife. And we're using a pure tongue oil. It's not 100%, but it's pure. It's whatever. Ooh, Meinhardt, Meinhardt, Meinhardt. Look at that knife. That's yours. That's crazy. Looks great. So, this is the first coat of 3 or 4 to come. But, got to start with one. That's cool. Guess we can lay it down. It's not going to hurt anything. This tongue oil is a beautiful thing. Such an easy finish to apply. And then this one is John from Not Your Average Woodworkings. He created this one. And oh my goodness. That's cool, man. I think John's going to love it. He chose tiger wood, and it's surrounded by a Tatajuba. So Tatajuba and tiger wood mixed together is what John from Not Your Average Woodworkings chose. He did the design layout. He picked everything about this knife. He even chose the blade, and I just built it for him. So once again, I don't ask anything. just for you guys to subscribe and come and say hello during the live chats, and I will build you a knife as well. Awesome. So that's 3 of them today. That is so cool. I'm glad we finally got oil on these. I'll show you guys these knives here in a second. Welcome. All right. So here's the 3 knives so far that we just finished up putting our first coat of oil on today. All of these were chosen by the subscribers, and they are beautiful. And the cool part was that when we started making these knives, nobody knew what they were going to look like. We were throwing things together that they were asking me to put together on stream, and even especially for this one from Matt Cleveland, he was like, I don't know how it's going to look. I think it's not going to turn out great. All of these things. And now look at this thing. I mean, that is just unbelievably cool. So, good thing that we always trust the process, because that is just insanely beautiful. That's awesome. I really like this one. I mean, I like all 3 of them. I like all 3 of them, but these 2 are my tops right now that I am enjoying just looking at, trying to keep them upright as possible. And I'm just going to continue. Going to apply this tung oil, and then I'll come back and wipe them off in 15 minutes, let that cure overnight, and we'll start applying more tung oil tomorrow. Those are just gorgeous. Holy crap. I love tung oil too. Tung oil as a finish is just top notch. Super easy to deal with. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more knives. We are knife making machines. So we have 1, 2, 3. Where's number 4? I have it right here. Number 4. 4 knives. Four knives left to make. 4 knives left to make, and that'll give us a grand total of 1, 2, 3. And then we have these 2. Actually, I might as well hit them with tung oil at this point. They've been curing a while. So we have these 2 as well that we made. So this one was chosen by Jack, and he went with a Wenge and Beechwood. And all that's left to do on these blades is to sharpen the blades and get them sharpened up. That is the one chosen by Jack. It's a Wenge and Beech mix. Really cool. It's got like this really nice piratey looking blade on it. Let's do this. That way I can show you guys all of these knives that we've created today. And then this one was chosen by a Michael Zimmerman. And this one is a Perota with a cherry center and Wenge for the pins. Really, really beautiful and awesome knife. So let me hold this up to the camera, and we'll show you guys these knives. Ding, ding, ding. Beautiful. Okay, let's show you. Hopefully they don't fall off. Actually, I can probably adjust the camera. That might be easier. That way I can just show you guys like that. Okay. Which one's your favorite right now? Obviously, I've got the blades still covered on the middle three, but we're just getting finished with them today. So this one is the Peroda with the cherry and the 3 spots of Wenge. This one is a Tiger Wood with Tatajuba. The Tatajuba is the more yellow color wood, and the Tiger Wood is the darker brown with the light brown. Then this one is Perota, Purple Heart, and Tatajuba. Super cool little mix going on. And then that's Mine Hearts, and that's going to be Paduke with Tatajuba and Tiger Wood. And then this one is Jack, and this is a pure Wenge and Beach knife. So, let me know, which one do you like the most? Pretty sweet! What a day. I'm glad we got a lot of knife making done today. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. We did 3 of those today. We just put oil on the other 2. So that's 5 knives complete and ready for the market, which is just awesome. We have 4 more to go, which will give us a total of 9. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to do some live giveaways with these knives. And that is just going to be awesome. And I think what I'll do as well during those live giveaways is I am going to kind of first come, first serve. If you win the live giveaway, if your name gets drawn from that list, then you will get to pick which knife you want, and so on and so on. So the person who gets the first draw gets the best chance of getting the one that they want out of the entire lot. So far these are the 5 that we have, and we have 4 more to go, and then we'll be ready for that giveaway. So we should be able to get there pretty soon, considering that we got 3 of them done today. So should only be a few more days of working on these knives, and we'll have all 9 of them complete and ready to go. That's awesome. Cool. Look at those. Look at those. All right, guys. Well, that does it for today. I think I'm going to get out and enjoy the rest of my day. We'll see. Maybe do some other things in the shop later. I've got some more cutting boards to build and all kinds of different projects that we want to get working on. But for today, we're going to go eat some lunch first, say hello to the wife, the missus, and see what she's up to, and maybe do some computer work, because that is just as important that I get some computer work done and get some things sold. So right now we are just going to work on cleaning up the shop. What a day, what a day, what a day! How is everyone? Anyone new in here? Let me know, because we are going to be doing a live giveaway to my subscribers, where we're going to be giving away those knives plus 4 other knives coming up. So, we just need subscribers, and then we will get that show on the road for this giveaway. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. It's going to be a first come, first serve kind of basis on these knives when that happens. And you know, the first winner of the draw gets to pick their knife, and so on and so on. So you want to be that first winner so that you get to choose between the 9 knives. And yeah, I think that sounds like a good idea. Sounds like fun to me. And should open up a lot of fun times. What am I talking about? I don't know at times. I should make a mask holder. That's the other thing I also need to do too, though, actually, is I need to do some more French cleat stuff. That would be a good move. Nice, nice, nice. All right, and then tomorrow we are going to be building more knives. So today I had a few more subscribers join me in the live. And so Wes Does It was here earlier. He wants me to build a cheese knife out of Wenge and beech. I'm excited for that one because I love the Wenge knife blades, and the contrast between that and the beech wood is as contrasting as it gets. So that's going to be a super, super nice one. Ready to build that one. And then we got Reno with Ramon. He wants a cheese knife that's made out of tiger wood, teak, and purple heart. And we are going to figure out that design as well. And then the Rare Craftsman wants a cheese knife, and he just wants me to come up with the design, but he wants rosewood, teak, and purple heart. I think that's going to be cool. Benner's Weekend at Benner's is going to get a real knife, and we're going to make that out of tiger wood and tatajuba. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 more subscribers that want knives, and we are going to build those for them. In fact, I might clean up this list. No, it's clean enough for now. I can see everything. I understand it. Subscribers, knives coming live. And that's what we're doing. And then we're going to be giving them away. So make sure you subscribe, and we will talk to you soon. Peace.